Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome back to match number 2 tonight in the Alter Ego Pro Scrims. Looks like we're at Miramar tonight, and this plane is about to take off in about 30 seconds or so. We'll come back with live action, but until then, please enjoy this soundtrack. This one is called Sock It To Them by Paul Flynn. Alright, looks like the plane has taken off, so let's go ahead and get that in-game sound going for y'all. I hope you guys can hear it. And first things first, let's take a look at the plane path, and this is what it looks like, pretty much diagonally dissecting this map from northeast to southwest. A bunch of options, pretty much the whole map really open when you have a plane path like this. For teams, we got a strong roster tonight, 82 players in this lobby. Of course, we saw Team RC picking up the chicken dinner in match number 1 today, with Mrz coming close as well. So, and Lost Army, not to forget, in third position. So excited to see how these teams perform in the second game tonight. Consistency, right? That's what it's all about these days. So first off the plane is Team FRS. They've got, looks like a little bit of change in their lineup. They got Hell Bro coming in. I didn't see him earlier on today. Other players look pretty unchanged. Bot Balu, Solo, YT and Lunatic on in this lineup tonight. Further down south from them is Team XTR, and once again it looks like Nasty AF isn't going to be able to make it into the room tonight. So Team XTR will have to continue on with just 3 players, Majestic, Anurag, OP and Leo on tonight. And where are they jumping? It looks like they are going to El Azahar, and they may have some company there, folks, because we got Team IBE in the vicinity as well, as you guys can see on your screens right now. They've got an unchanged lineup from match number 2. Kunal, OP, Venom, Pankaj and Psycho. You can see XTR Majestic close by, and maybe Majestic has spotted a car or something. Yes, it does look like he's seen a vehicle and he's going towards it. And Team IBE for now might just want to glide all the way to the settlements at El Azahar, but Anurag OP has found a couple of vehicles as well and might make it there earlier. So expect some fights here early on. Let's head up a little bit further north to Tierra Bronca, where we've got Team Fallen once again with an unchanged lineup today. A strong lineup, this one. We've seen them perform before. Gerito, Vichu, Clutcher and Bloodfire in this amphitheater for now. Happy to pick up the loot that they are getting. Let's go a bit north to Team Raptors. We had some fans in the chat a little bit earlier on, and they got Jiren, Jiva, ProGod and Sujit on in their lineup. They're really north. As you guys can see, a little bit northeast of La Cabrera. At water treatment plant is Team NR, and this is their lineup tonight. They've got Jin, Hulk, Beast and Lachi. I do think they have a change in their lineup. Maybe they have an extra player from the first match, but I did not see Jin in the first game. They're looking pretty solid. No teams around them at all. The closest team to them is in fact Team RC, winners from the match number 1. And looks like they only got 3 players on in this game. Demon YT, Sandy and Shadow. CNZT looks like he hasn't made it in, but surely he was the man of the match for me in the last game. Down south at Monte Nuevo, what's happening here, folks? Looks like there's 3 teams. Team Army looking like they're in a bit of a sandwich situation. Let me give you guys an aerial real quick here, and just as the images load, you guys can see we got Team Army here. We've got Team Rook here as well, and we've got Team JUNGLI, the dangerous Team JUNGLI, up on this ridge, as you guys can see. Here's the map view for you all to see. This is in between Monte Nuevo and Ladrillera. As you guys can see, Team JUNGLI have managed to get all 4 players on. Rabbit, who wasn't in the first game, has made it in as well, along with Seal, Viper and Raccoon. So expecting a tough performance from them in this match. They will be aggressive as always. It's really in their DNA. And right now facing off against Team Army. On the other side, let's not forget, folks, it's Team Rook, who might be able to give a little bit trouble to Team Army as well. Alright. Okay. Hello sir, says Pope Snoop. What's up, Pope Snoop? Thanks so much for being here, bro. So yeah, 3 teams here. We aren't looking at a fight yet, so we'll come back to this in a bit. Let's head over now to team number 15, who have jumped a little bit southwest of El Pozo, and this is their lineup tonight. They've got Stoner, Vizzy, Taz and Brutal Godex YT. Now, if I'm not mistaken, folks, I think Stoner was playing alone in match number 1, so he'll be grateful to his team that they made it into the room on time. Looking okay for now. Just probably looking at picking up as much loot as possible. Down south, close to Valley Del Mar, and maybe even all the way down south as much as Prison, is Team HR, and we didn't see these guys much in match number 1. We couldn't catch their games. We'll try to do our best here in covering their fights. They got all 4 players on tonight. Bangoku, okay, Avatar OP, Robin FTW, and Phenomenon. Elsewhere, that situation at Monte Nuevo looks like it has unfolded as Team Rook have gotten into a fight against Team Army. And what's happening there? Let's take a look at it. Team Army here have managed to lose 3 players. They're down to just their last player, and I'm not sure if he's in a position to get a revive. And that has come as at a cost, folks, because Team Rook have lost a player as well. Maddie Funk has been eliminated from this game. 777 was knocked as well, but he's revived now. And I can't help but think that JUNGLI has third-party disengagement. Team Army pretty much in a done position here. As you guys can see, Raghu is crawling back. He is knocked and bleeding out. I don't know where the last player of Team Army is. Let me see if I can figure that one out for you guys. And here he is. It's Pikachu. He's only got a VSS and an M16A4. That doesn't look like a good combination, folks. Or is that an M416? No, that is looking like an M16A4. Unfortunate for Team Army. They're down to the last player, and I don't think he can salvage Raghu out of the situation. Team Rook were the ones who are responsible for this, but they have something else to worry about right now. And that is Team JUNGLI. As you guys can see, JUNGLI Rabbit here coming in and stealing that kill from Team Rook. I'm sure they won't be too happy about that, as JUNGLI have sort of surrounded Team Rook, and Team Rook has to do something special here to get out of this one. Got players on all sides, if I'm not mistaken. This is what the angles do look like. Viper has a good view on Rooks 777. I'm sure Panda, OP, and Dyna in this building right here in front of Raccoon, and Rabbit and Seal further right at the petrol station. And let's not forget we have Army Pikachu across the road from them as well. And for now, it's looking like a stalemate, so we'll have to come back to this one. Elsewhere, I did see a fight between Team SRB and Team Alter Ego, so I'm going to head over there. And just as we come here, you guys can see that Seal has actually picked up a knock on Rook Dyna back in the fight that we were just looking at, but we'll have to go back to that in a bit. Cat AE was knocked and has been revived by Wolf, and Team SRB were arguably the ones who were responsible for that, and in fact they've lost a player. It is Rockstar who went down in that fight and couldn't get revived. So the remaining players are Viper, Karma, and Hellgod, who need to figure out the situation from where they are right now. I'm going to head back to that fight because it looks like Team Rook are the ones who have actually exited this game earlier than they would have expected. Rook Dyna here just getting confirmed by Rabbit. They still have one player alive. It is 777. He's down to 1 HP. He's trying to pre-nade a push, it looks like. Doesn't have any heals left, and I can't imagine that he'll be able to get out of this situation as Viper gets a view on him. More nades coming out, but it'll be Raccoon who will come in with that AKM and pick up the squad. Vipers. Team Rook exits this game, and from the 3 teams that we saw early on at this engagement in Monte Nuevo, it is Army's Pikachu's the sole survivor. He can get a decent knock on Rabbit here with that VSS if he can control, but looks like he's lost that opportunity. Team JUNGLI now definitely aware of his position because of those shots, but of course it's a VSS, so maybe JUNGLI will take it a bit slow. Let's head back now to Team AE. Look like have picked up 1 kill, and it is possibly the kill of SRB Rockstar, which we just about missed. But no fight for now, so we'll continue on. Let's head over to team number 3. It is Team D2R with all 4 players on, unchanged lineup from match number 1. Afrith, Raiden, Spike, and Blaze on in this team tonight. Over at Picardo, we got Team RDB on with their lineup tonight. They got Seizure, Butch, Madsport, and Augie on in this match number 2 at Miramar. I think Madsport, I did not see him in match number 1, so that's the only rotation of their bench in the lineup for tonight. Here's Team Rare. We saw them in match number 1 putting on a good performance, and they are up against, squaring off against Team Universe as we speak. All 4 players still in: Gomanth, Rare, KK, Sarah, and Clone. And what's the scene with Team Universe? They got all 4 players on as well. They got Karthik, Rishabh, Spartan OP, and Jerry OP on in their lineup tonight. You guys can see on your screen, Rishabh and Karthik are trying to take a flank up this mountain. But I don't think they'll be able to get into a position where they'll have a reasonable angle on Team Rare. So for now, settling for a stalemate, it looks like. Let's head over now to a team that we haven't looked at yet. Let's go to Team Wosag, if that's how you say their name. I'm not quite sure. If it's not, please do let me know. Team Rare there with a self-nade, which I think we can... Holy shit, Rare Clone has just confirmed one of his team members. Alright, so not quite sure what happened there, but definitely Rare Clone has knocked and confirmed KK with a nade. I'm not quite sure what was happening there. It was a bit funny. But I'm not going to wait to figure out what exactly happened. Let's head back to Team Wosag we were looking at a little bit earlier. And once again, an unchanged lineup with O'Neill, Maverick, Vinod, and Hyper. Team Universe did get into a fight. Finally, it looks like it is against Team SRB. Let's head over there right now. SRB have lost a couple of players, Viper and Rockstar. Of course, we saw them. We saw Rockstar getting eliminated early on, and now it is Viper who's gone down. So Hellgod and Karma have a job on their hands here. They got tough angles here. Hellgod, he's got Karthik and Rishabh to his right, and he's got another angle that he has to worry about from his left, and that is Universe's Jerry OP. A nade going in. Is this going to do any damage? Yes, Rishabh's nade is going to pick up a knock on Hellgod, and that is the signal, folks. Spartan OP has made a very good flank on SRB's last player. It is going to be Karma XD, and it's a really tough angle. There wasn't much that he could do, and his Team Universe who pick up their first squad wipe of this game, bringing up the team kill count now to 3, and that will be the elimination for Team SRB in this game. So 2 teams out. We still have 70 players still alive in this game. 19 teams. This is Miramar, folks, so it's going to be a while before the zone starts to get congested, but take a look at the zone. It's super northeast, near Tore Ahumada. We've got water treatment plant in the zone as well. A little bit of Hacienda del Patron. We've got Cruz de Val. So a lot of options really as teams start to move in. And yes, we can definitely expect some fights here. Team AEPS here coming very close to Team Fallen. And I'm curious to know if we're going to see some action. So I'm just going to try and follow AEPS Pankaj for a bit. As you guys can see, he's driving his buggy straight towards Fallen's Bloodfire. And... curious to see if this is going to end in a fight. Perhaps he's aware of the position. He's moved a little bit away. Alright, so Pankaj is just going for a stroll. Not much to report there. Over to the northwest part of the zone, we got Team Brutal who's moving in as well, and looks like they're also trying to go as north as possible. They've got Team Raptors Sujit, who is wow, looks like he's AFK, folks. Yep, so Raptor Sujit is AFK. The rest of his team have in fact moved on. They're close to water treatment plant, as you guys can see. Here's Team Head Rippers on as well, going a little bit north. Play Zone here getting a knock on Rare Sarah. So not quite sure what's happening with Team Rare here, but they need help for sure. Team Army here getting into a fight against Team JUNGLI, and it looks like Team JUNGLI have come out on top of that one as well. No, in fact, Team Army Pikachu has picked up a knock. So Pikachu here doing extremely well. It was a 1v4 and it looks like he's picked up a couple of knocks and a kill. So what a performance from Pikachu from Team Army. You have to say he's picked up 3 out of those 4 team kills for his team. It doesn't look like he has a first aid. He's only got 4 bandages left and this is tough shakes. JUNGLI Rabbit is still behind him, so there's a good chance that he'll just get peeked out in just a second. Let me see what optics JUNGLI Rabbit is working with here. He does have a M762 and an M4, and M4 will do him just fine, but it's a red dot that's on him. And just about, I think JUNGLI Raccoon made the angle as well, and he'll pick up that knock while Rabbit definitely did a lot of damage. So JUNGLIs have lost a couple of players, unfortunately, despite it being a 1v4, so I'm sure they'll be a little bit disappointed with that. Nonetheless, up to 4 team kills with 2 players still in it, and they will definitely give it their best. The zone is further moved north, and let's take a look at which teams are now coming close together. You guys can see Team Alter Ego is moving in very, very close to Team Lost Army, so expect a lot of fights here. They're moving into an area of congestion as we wait for the graphics to load. Up ahead in front of them, I can see Team Rare are taking on a fight. My apologies, it is Team RDB picking up a knock and confirmation, as Team RC are down to the last player, the Shadow OP. He was thoroughly outnumbered and will get absolutely double teamed, as Team RDB will come out on top of that fight, bringing up the team kill count now to 3, and almost immediately coming under heavy fire from Team Alter Ego, who have just closed in. They have about a 50 yards to go without cover, and just as we expected, shots coming in from Team Lost Army. Reverse fire from Cat will pick up a knock and might buy them just a little bit of breathing space, but let's not forget Team RDB have a good view on them as well, so they will be stuck in no man's land, and out come the smoke just as we expected. Not suffered a knock yet. Frost AE is low on HP, but will manage to put on a first aid, so he looks okay. You have to feel that Team Lost Army really had an opportunity there to do a lot of damage to Team Alter Ego, but somehow couldn't secure a knock, and looks like they want to make a rotation. They got a lot of angles to worry about themselves, I have to say, because they do have, apart from the obvious threat of Team Alter Ego and RDB. Speaking of Team Alter Ego, it looks like they have moved out of this situation, and I can see them in the background, but I just can't figure out where exactly they went. Let's try to get an update from them. I saw a person getting knocked. Yes, it looks like they were trying to bail from that position, and on the way out they have lost Cat AE. How far away is he from his teammates? A fair bit. It's possible that he got knocked out of his car by Team Universe, as you guys can see. Team Raptor in the vicinity as well, but of course there's the rest of his team across the road. He does have a hay bale for cover, but Universe's Spartan OP will pick up that confirmation, as Team Alter Ego will be down to just 3 players a little bit south of the zone. Speaking of the zone, it is now centering around water treatment plant. We got a bunch of teams. Let's head over now to Team NR, who look like they're in a fight, and just as we make it in here, it looks like Lachi has picked up a knock on a member of Team D2R. It is Blaze who goes down Lachi with that K9. My apologies, it wasn't Lachi, it was Jin with that K9 if I'm not mistaken. Yes, there he is, and Beast and Lachi have made the push in after securing that one knock. So team number 3 here, Team D2R, have some defending to do. And Lachi here getting knocked almost immediately. Those shots coming in from Spike. D2R giving excellent cover fire for the rest of his team. He lost a lot of health in that process, but managed to strap on that first aid. Beast now a little bit stuck, isn't he, as Jin coming in for support. Remember folks, Lachi is down. Down comes a nade. That could have been dangerous. Spike D2R may not be aware of Jin's position. Jin here, can this nade work for him? Spike is obviously going to rotate, going to the other room, and I think that's exactly where the nade is going to fall, and Jin will pick up an epic knock with that nade. That was 500 IQ, really. He totally guessed the movement. Spike moving into the next room. Beast NR here taking a third-person peek, but was not aware of Raiden's position, and Team NR suffer another knock here and a confirmation as well, as Raiden will square things off. We're now looking at a 3v3, and Spike is only knocked with the option of getting revived. More nades coming in here. Jin NR getting knocked as well as he made his way in. It is now down to a 3v2, Lachi and Hulk. And Lachi going down as well. It is down to just Hulk. He's got a UMP. He turns around to run away and try to get into cover here, but I don't think he's going to survive this fight. He's got too many players to fight with. Down to 1 HP, and that will be the end for Team NR tonight. Ironical, because they actually got the first knock and were trying to make the push in on Team D2R, who played pretty well defensively. Despite that nade knock on them, somehow managed to hold off, and it's Team D2R who's come out on top of that fight, folks, bringing up the team kill count now to 4. Afrith is knocked, but of course he will get revived, no problem. Wow, that was some fight. Let's head over now to Team Marcellus. We just can't catch a break. Marcellus here in a fight up against team number 18. Team Marcellus fight in a fight against team number 12. 10, my apologies, is Team HR. It is the Head Rippers. Marcellus just trying to get a peek, as you guys can see from that side. Being here in a more advanced position, trying to make the move in. Head Rippers, Robin FTW has made a good flank from the right and can catch Tomer off guard, but that nade doing a lot of damage and forcing Robin to move back into a more defensive position. He's coming up with the smokes for some reason. I'm not quite sure what that's for, but for now he has made the move back. And take a look at this. It looks like Team HR is all huddled up in the left side, trying to get angles on Team Marcellus. Mr. Bean has made the most advanced push. A nade going into that shack from Mr. Bean. Can he pick up a knock? I wonder. It doesn't look like it. There's a fight elsewhere between Team Fallen and another team. I really want to cover that one, so I'm going to head over there. Here we are. Bloodfire was knocked, and this fight is still going on. Who is it involving? Let me confirm it for you in just a second. Team Fallen looks like is fighting either Team RDB or Team AEPS. I'm going to go with Team RDB because they're much closer. Anubis, hey bro, what's up Anubis? Thanks so much for being here, dude. And just as we come out of the fight from MRZ, it looks like they managed to finally pick up a knock with that M249. And in fact, MRZ is down to just 2 players. What's the scene with Head Rippers here? Head Rippers is down to the last player. It is Avada, who's 1 HP. He'll get finished off pretty okay, and Team Marcellus will pick up the squad wipe, but I don't think that's the end of their troubles, because team number 3 is D2R, who's giving them a little bit trouble here with that MK14 is Afrith and a 4-time scope. And it's not just Team D2R. Take a look at this. It's Team Brutal Esports who's closing in on their position as well from this angle, as you guys can see. And Team Marcellus is also probably going to be worried about Team JUNGLI, who's coming in from behind them, as well as Wizzy. Brutal has made an excellent rotation. And take a look at this, folks. JUNGLI is sneaking in from behind, but Rabbit getting caught off guard by Mr. Beans. M249 will get a confirmation as well. It is down to just Raccoon. What can he do here? He's putting on a first aid kit as he tries to stay behind this ridge for cover. Team Marcellus really getting surrounded here. Shots coming in from Brutal as well, and MRZ. Mr. Bean will get taken down. Raccoon picking a good time here, getting a lot of support from Team Brutal Esports. And how unfortunate that Marcellus is the team that's going to exit from that situation. JUNGLI survives in the way of just Raccoon. Brutal Esports is of course still alive, and of course JUNGLI Raccoon coming in with those shots, forcing Brutal Esports to go back into a more defensive position. And Raccoon, what's his play here? He's in the zone, so he can wait this one out, but he does have Brutal Esports to worry about. We also got Team Wosag, who hasn't entered the mix yet, but this is what the zone is starting to look like, the final zone. It's full of mountains, and elsewhere Team RDB look like they've suffered a couple of knocks. Let's head over there to figure out what's going on. Here we got Team RDB. Looks like Seizure and Augie both are down right next to each other. A third player going down as well. Mad Sport is down to just Butch. He's in a flaming car. I would get out of the car as soon as possible, but obviously he's running away from heavy fire, so he doesn't have too many options. And I'm afraid this is going to be the end for the rest of his team members. Take a look at that play zone. He's just trying to evade it as much as he can. But heads up, Raptor Esports is just above this ridge as Jiva looks like he's going to pick up that final kill. And that will be the exit for Team RDB as well. And the zone has shifted yet again. 2 teams in the zone already. It's FRS Lunatic and WOSAG. What's happening with XTR Leo? Oh, looks like Team XTR has exited this game. I'm not quite sure where that happened, but let's head over now to Team Fallen, who is still involved in a fight with Team D2R, and not just Team D2R, but also against Team Raptor. We've also got team number 4. Remember, it's Alter Ego's last player. It is just Lucid, who's soldiering on alone. Now finds himself in the play zone as well, and that play zone is going to do a lot of damage. He's going to strap on a first aid and trying to make his way in. He's got quite a ways to go. Couldn't secure a knock on Fallen's Kirito, and he's going to have to put on another first aid. Looks like he's out, and this will be pretty much the game for Alter Ego, as Lucid AE will suffer with play zone damage. He's probably going to try and save himself from getting the kill, but Vichu with that nade from Team Fallen coming in and picking up the final kill. They would have lost that kill if it wasn't for that nade, because play zone was about to consume him. Meanwhile, Fallen Bloodfire came down to 1 HP as he was trying to come back into cover. Shots probably coming in from Team D2R, and Spike going down here as Jiva from Team I don't even know which team he's from. I think he's from Team Raptors. That sounds about right. Goes down as well. D2R suffering yet another knock. D2R in a spot of bother here. Blaze is of course prioritizing this revive. Raiden looks like he's in a difficult position. Yes, he's very much exposed to Team Wosag, and I don't think there's any coming back from that for him. His team members may not be inclined to go for the revive at this point because his position. Team Wosag will be able to comfortably make themselves in as well. Brutal Esports looking good with 14 kills to his name. Hey, what's going on, Nikhil? Thanks for being in the chat, bro. Brutal Esports look like they have made their way into the zone. A good angle as well. Nothing much to worry about from the northwest side of it. 2 teams that are just coming out of the play zone right now is Team Fallen and Team Raptor Esports. Do they have the vehicles they need? It looks like a couple of them do, but Vichu is going to get consumed by the play zone, unfortunately. And Fallen's Kirito and Bloodfire are trying their best here to make their way into the zone. And this will be interesting to follow. Bloodfire is getting on those first aids, but this buggy is bouncing around and unfortunately has gotten stuck, or they've stopped. I'm not quite sure. Do they have time for a first aid? I think just about. Kirito managed to put on the first aid. We are talking about fine margins here. Bloodfire goes down finally to the play zone. Kirito, will he make it in? This is super interesting, but take a look at where he has landed. It is straight in front of Team Raptors, and in fact it's Team Wosag's Maverick who will pick up that kill as he just about makes it. That will be the exit for that team as well tonight. And in came a nade, and Spike D2R is lucky to still be alive. Brutal Esports' Stoner is trying to make sure that he doesn't get a chance in, but Wosag Maverick will pick him up as well from afar. This match is starting to get super duper hectic, folks. Elsewhere, Team FRS is getting into a fight. IBE Pankaj goes down under that spray coming in from Lunatic's M416. Team IB look like they've lost a couple of players or just one player. It looks like Pankaj is knocked. He will get revived a little bit outside the zone, but I think they'll make their way in. They'll be fine with that one buggy. I'm not quite sure how they'll make it. Wosag looking well positioned for the rest of this game in the middle of the zone and also in a settlement. So this match is going to unfold right in front of our eyes, folks. This is what it looks like. So Raptors here have a decent position, but I don't know how they're going to make these 50 yards they need to still survive. Alter Ego Links is in the chat. What's up, Alter Ego Links? Thanks for being here, bro. Team Brutal Esports are also in a tough position. Team FRS are considerably outside zone. Just about outside zone, and they have Team IB to keep them busy. In fact, they've suffered another knock. IB Pankaj has done something very, very bad here. He's trying to make the push in without much cover. That cactus plant not giving him the cover that he was probably hoping for. He'll get picked up by Wosag, O'Neal, and Psycho trying to come in as well. And he has a little bit better cover and might be able to even pick up Pankaj if he has enough nades. Wosag Maverick has picked up a knock on a member of Raptor with a nade, as a Molly comes in, almost consuming Team IBE's Psycho, and Pankaj gets taken down as team Wosag here on a roll have picked up a few kills in the last few minutes, bringing up the team kill count up to 10 as O'Neal here picking up a knock on FRS Lunatic, and that will be the end for team FRS as well. We are down to our last 9 players, folks. 3 teams alive in this as team Wosag is going for the kill on IBE. Kunal OP coming for the... O'Neal here shouldn't have gone for the finish. Team Wosag unfortunately losing a player, should have probably gone back into cover. And it's going to be Team Wosag who come out on top of that one. This is looking like a 3v2, folks. Team Brutal Esports have waited until the very end to make this push, and of course that has paid off pretty well. But Wosag Maverick running upstairs to get a better view, and Vinod in fact getting knocked by Vizzy Brutal. So it is a 2v2 we're looking at right now. Stoner is trying to make the way in. We'll get shots coming in from Maverick for sure. No, it looks like he's going to survive that one. And for now, a Stoner is going to pick up that confirmation on Vinod. We're looking at a 2v2, folks. This is what it looks like, and Brutal Esports have just about made it into the compound. It's all about the chicken dinner here tonight, folks. Maverick and Hyper versus Stoner and Vizzy. Let me know in the chat who you guys think is going to pick up this chicken dinner. Maverick here on this terrace throws a molly but falls well safe for Stoner to really worry about. Hyper just trying to blow up that car and make his way further in. In terms of zone, I think both teams are looking quite okay. But Maverick is going to get forced out of cover, and this might be tough for them to deal with. Maverick goes down and Hyper comes out, and looks like it is going to be Team Wosag who have picked up that chicken dinner despite difficult circumstances. No, my apologies, it is Team Brutal Esports. I stand corrected there, folks. What a game that was in the very end. The zone forcing a Team Wosag to jump out of cover, and Team Brutal Esports have come out on top of that match with the chicken dinner. A total team kill count of 8. Codex Whitey with 1 kill, Vizzy with 5 kills, Taz Brutal picking up 2 kills. Well played to Team Brutal Esports. In second position is Team Wosag, Hyper with 2 kills, Maverick with 5 kills, Vinod and O'Neal sharing 3 kills each. A total team kill count of 13. A strong performance from Team Wosag tonight. Probably the best I've seen so far in the last 1 week or so. So well played for picking up the second position. I'll be a little bit disappointed because I'm pretty sure they wanted that chicken dinner tonight and had a good position to get it as well. But they're going to have to settle for second for now. Well played in GG's. In third position is Team IBE, a total team kill count of 7. Kunal OP with 2 kills, Psycho and Pankaj with 1 kill each, and Venom with 3 kills. I'm not sure how many options they had. The zone really outplayed them, and they did the best they could and are going to have to settle for third position tonight, folks. Well played nonetheless to Team IBE, and all the best for the future games. I'm going to walk you guys through the rest of these standings, guys, and don't go anywhere because I'm going to be back to announce tonight's MVP. In terms of tonight's MVP, it looks like we have a 2-way tie between 2 players. It is Vizzy Brutal and Maverick from Team Wosag, who pitched in with 5 kills apiece for their respective teams. Well played for picking up tonight's MVP, folks. That will bring our stream pretty much to an end, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, please do drop a like. And if you think content like this will interest you going forward, please make sure to subscribe. I stream PUBG Mobile Customs on most nights, and I play some Counter-Strike Go on the weekends. So if you think that sounds like fun, make sure you follow this channel for all the updates. But for now, that's all from me. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. And on your way out, enjoy this banging track. This one is called Sock It To Them by Paul Flint.